Now we're going to get into first best guess. Okay. So let's go. Okay. So we already talked about the fact that the space between the tick marks has value, and you need to include that value. And you saw this when you did the readings on the calipers. So this is not totally new to you. So you need to make a reasonable estimate about the measurement when it falls between the tick marks. Now, the joy of the caliper was that the estimates were basically made for you by that little vernier scale down at the bottom, where your guesses would end in either a 0 or a 5. But that's the only vernier instrument that we use, so we have to sort of do this by hand now. The rule is, however, that you can only make one guess. And you have to make one guess. So you're reading the instrument, you get to the point where you have to guess, you guess that one, and then you're done. But you have to guess that one. You can't just leave it off. Okay. Why? Why are we doing this? Well, it's because your guess, your first best guess, indicates to the reader and to you how precise the instrument is. Way back when we talked about the fact that in an instrument, if an instrument can read out to more decimal places, then it's more precise than an instrument that can't read out that many decimal places. So the first best guess tells the reader the precision of the instrument you're using. So let's do an example. So the white line is between the 3 and the 4 somewhere. All right, so we know it's 3 something. When we were doing calipers, some people were reading it as to rounding up or rounding down, and there really is no rounding. But as you look at that white line, is it less than halfway, more than halfway, or at the halfway point between 3 and 4? Well, it's more. So you know that it's got to be 3 point something greater than 5. Okay, so I'm going to guess, oh, yeah, this would be a good thing to do. First look at the least count. So the least count in this case is 1 gram, because pick any one. 7 minus 6 is 1, 4 minus 3 is 1 gram. All right, so we know that. I took my guess as 0.7. You might have said 0.8. That is perfectly acceptable. 0.9, not so much, and 0.6, I think it would be closer to the halfway point. So I think for a first best guess of 3.7 or 3.8 is good. All right. Notice, I know this is a lot of writing, don't do that yet. Oh no! Sorry, just ignore me for a minute. All right, so first best guess is 3.7. Please notice that the least count is a 1 in the ones place. And notice that the guess is in the tenths place. So the guess is in the place value 1 to the right of the least count. The least count is in the ones, the guess is in the tenths. All right, so that's what this last part is about. The first best guess is always 1 place value to the right of the least count. And I mentioned this earlier. Any reading from a given instrument will always be taken out to the same first best guess place value, which is why when you read your calipers, you were either ending in a 5 or a 0 in your third decimal place, because no matter what, it had to go out to those 3 decimal places. Okay, so now you know about least count. You know about how to do first best guess. Let's see, I can't remember what the next thing is.